Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Annie J, and I am back today for another episode to talk about PMDD, where I am up to, what I've been doing that's been working, and hopefully if you are somebody that is a PMDD sufferer, then this video will be of use to you. So stay tuned and I'm gonna be right back.
See the new girl vibe, she in her stride, she goes side to side, she goes tap 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 tap. See the new girl vibe, she in her stride, she goes side to side.
Okay, so before I get into the real guff of everything, I just wanted to take it all the way back. For anyone who is new to my channel, or if you are new to PMDD, which is also the abbreviation of premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Now, if you're not very well versed in this condition, or you're now finding out about it, or you've recently been diagnosed with it, PMDD is a severe debilitating version of premenstrual syndrome, also known as PMS. PMDD sufferers have extra brain sensitivity to the changes in the hormones during the luteal phase of your menstrual cycle, which is after ovulation and before you have a bleed. So if you are somebody who has been noticing that you have very adverse side effects during that luteal phase, it may be possible that you are suffering from PMDD, but I always recommend that you do speak to a health professional, get yourself checked out and find out if it is something that you definitely are dealing with. Now, just to give you guys a very quick look into what my life looked like when PMDD was really giving me a run for my money, I'm just going to show a brief diary that I had made, unknown to me until I found an old phone, of me having a really bad PMDD day. Stay tuned.
Don't feel good at all, and my mood, I realised, was deteriorating as of yesterday, and I don't know why. I thought I was fine. I had a month where PMDD didn't bother me so much. It was hardly noticeable, but then my mood just completely nosedived. I can't think straight. I just want to leave my workplace and go home. I don't feel like I can manage, because I don't want to be around anyone, and I thought that this would make me feel it might help, but it's not. I'm just tired. So I have a job interview on Wednesday. I don't think I can do it. I just feel so depressed. I don't even know why I'm recording myself, but I feel like it will help. I realise how drastically my mood can end up changing. I don't feel hungry. I'm just eating because I know I shouldn't starve myself. I don't know if you can see the field in front of me, and the green, the grass, and I almost wish that I could just walk and just not come back. I don't care about myself, I just want peace. I just want to be at peace. But the most annoying thing is, I feel this bad just for a short period. In the time that I feel this bad, I feel like I could end up doing something to myself that's really catastrophic. But I know that not every day is gonna be like this. It just feels like it will at the time. And I just thought I would document how I feel. I just feel tired of going through the same thing over and over, of living a limited life, because I don't feel like I'm stable enough to be consistent with anything. So I just live in a place of manageability. I'm just tired.
Okay guys, so that is what PMDD looked like for me in the past. As you can see within that video, I was at a complete rock bottom. I just had no vim for life. I was depressed, I was sad, I was suffering from anxiety. Even, you know, that was a day that I was at work and I went to that particular field just to try and get some air, and the emotions, I was just so overrun with how strongly the emotional symptoms were. So seeing how I look in that particular video and the way that I present myself now and in the YouTube videos that you guys have seen, you will note that there are a lot of various things that I do that have helped me manage the condition. So it's not to say that I no longer have PMDD. I absolutely do. But the way in which I deal and tackle PMDD head on looks completely different to back then. It was around 2018. So now I deal with PMDD so effectively that it doesn't bring me down to that point where I feel suicidal or I feel completely hopeless. That's the reason why I make these PMDD videos for any ladies who are out there dealing with PMDD who want hints or tips or advice, suggestions, anything you may be able to do that will also help you live a more fulfilled life, irrespective of the fact that you have to live with this condition on a month in, month out basis. So in case you missed it, I am going to place my PMDD playlist up here for you guys so that you can take a look at the different things that I do to help me manage the condition. But today I just wanted to focus more so on the symptom that is probably the worst for me whenever I'm dealing with PMDD, and that is anxiety. Okay, so what do I do to help alleviate the symptoms of anxiety that I deal with during PMDD weeks? Now, you guys have heard me talk about turmeric water in one of my previous PMDD videos. Today I wanted to go into it in a little bit more details. Turmeric water, and when I say turmeric water, I know they have capsules and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the raw turmeric powder seasoning that people use to cook their food. That is what I use, and I mix 1 teaspoon of that in a glass of water or half a glass of water, and I chuck that down daily. Okay, and in the run up to PMDD weeks, I usually tend to start on my turmeric water a day or two before PMDD is meant to begin. Now, you may choose to take turmeric water on a daily consistent basis, which is still going to have a lot of health benefits anyway. I tend to do it during my PMDD weeks because I'm not the greatest at keeping up with daily routines, so I do tend to just take it during my PMDD days and slightly before that. Now, some of the really good benefits of turmeric water, I'm going to go through these with you guys right now. You can do your own research, but these are the things that turmeric water is beneficial for, because it contains a compound called curcumin, and curcumin has been known that it can be as effective as antidepressants, ladies. Okay, for me, that really explained why it helps so much with the anxiety. But if you're like me and you don't necessarily always want to be pumping your body with medicinal chemicals and things like that, then this is a way that you can go, because turmeric powder is a natural herb. It is more organic and all of that type of thing. So if you deal with anxiety, turmeric water is a really good natural remedy that you can use to help you alleviate your anxiety symptoms. The other benefits of turmeric water, there are numerous, and I'm going to tell you some of them right now. Turmeric water is an anti-inflammatory. So if you're somebody that deals with arthritis, for example, turmeric water will be beneficial to you. It also delays aging. Okay, ladies? It also helps to prevent heart disease, cancers, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, and various other degenerative conditions. A whole heap of benefits. It can also support your immune system. There's so many health benefits to turmeric water, specifically for PMDD sufferers. If you deal with high levels of anxiety, then definitely give turmeric water a go and see how you get on. I personally have found it to be very effective, and like I say, I take it routinely now every month, a couple of days before PMDD weeks, and it works so well. There are certain people who should avoid taking turmeric water. If you're pregnant, you suffer from iron deficiency, suffer from anemia, if you suffer from gallstones or liver disease, or if you're taking prescription medication, make sure you do check with your doctor before you do start to take turmeric water. But for everybody else, as long as you don't have any allergies, then turmeric water can be extremely beneficial, especially if you're a PMDD sufferer. So definitely give it a go and see how you get on. Another thing that you guys have heard me talk about that I find really helps alleviate my PMDD symptoms is intermittent fasting. Somebody commented on the PMDD and fasting video that I had a couple of months back. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I can only see your comment in my email. Your comment hasn't come up on the video page as yet for me to be able to send a direct reply, but I really do appreciate the comment that you left, and it also prompted me to actually put this video together as well, which was something that you did ask me in your comment. So if you're out there and you are watching this right now, I hope that you do find this useful. But anyway, taking it back to PMDD and intermittent fasting, I would say do this if you're physically capable of doing so, okay? So just make sure that it's not going to put you in any type of jeopardy, or if you're on any sort of medications, etc. It's really helpful for those of us who suffer from extreme food cravings during the PMDD weeks. Now, I intermittent fast every day, if I'm honest. On my non-PMDD days, so my normal days, I will intermittent fast until 2 p.m. Then when PMDD arrives, I then extend my break period and I won't break my fast until later in the afternoon or evening, which is typically around 5 or 6 p.m. Usually I'll go until 2 or 3 p.m. But the more intense my PMDD gets, the more I extend when I break my fast. Guys, intermittent fasting really helps if you just want to eat the world when you're going through PMDD. You're craving sugars, unhealthy carbs, worse foods. And that is something that I had been dealing with for years. It caused me to put on so much unnecessary weight because of the fact that I was yielding to the food cravings that I would experience, and I would binge eat so much rubbish, and that would also make me feel worse than I felt just from the symptoms of PMDD by itself. So the combination of the two was absolutely catastrophic. The food that I would binge as well was unhealthy food, and those foods are not good for your emotional balance. If you go on Google, you Google sugar, you see the adverse effects that it can have to your emotional well-being. That is why the food cravings are not helpful, because they just intensify the emotional symptoms that I would be going through at the time, and my emotional symptoms would already be on thin ice. I'm already fragile, anxious, etc. And when you throw in bad food into the mix, it just makes the whole thing 10 times worse. If you haven't tried intermittent fasting before, give it a go. See if it makes any difference to your emotional symptoms that you're dealing with. And also, it does prevent you from binging because you delay when you can eat. And by the time you can eat, you will find that you cannot necessarily eat excessively like you would have if you started eating right from when you woke up in the morning. And the other thing about binge eating and the food cravings and why intermittent fasting is good is because I also found that if I was doing those things, the body dysmorphia that I would be experiencing during the PMDD weeks is also intensified, and I hate myself even more during that period as a result of it. This is why intermittent fasting can be so beneficial. The fruit that I might eat, because I did say I will still have a cup of tea in the morning, my tea is decaffeinated and I will have it with honey. I do not have it with sugar, guys, because we are trying to avoid sugar at all possible costs. If you're not somebody that is used to fasting, I would say having fruits if you get hungry during the fasting period is very helpful. My fruits that I like to eat are mango, pineapple, banana, or grapefruit. I intensify how much I eat during the PMDD weeks because it's better to eat your fruit than to get a box of biscuits, crisps, and things like that, which are not going to be beneficial to you at all. So if you do give the intermittent fasting a go, I hope that it does benefit you as much as it has been benefiting me. It's roughly 5 months from when I spoke and did that video specifically about intermittent fasting, and I have still been doing it. The intermittent fasting for me has not stopped, and it has helped my emotional symptoms greatly and also my physical symptoms of PMDD. So we only have each other, guys, okay? So let's keep each other encouraged and boosting each other. And the last thing that I would mention that really helps is either investing in a new hobby or investing in an existing hobby, more so during your PMDD weeks. Basically anything that you typically enjoy which will boost that feel good factor. You know, you might be a gym person, you might be an outdoor person, whatever hobby it is that you enjoy doing, do more of it during your PMDD weeks because it will boost how you're feeling, and that will counteract the negative symptoms and feelings that you may be experiencing from PMDD. During my PMDD weeks, I like to make music. The intro to all of my YouTube videos, that's music that I made during my PMDD weeks because it actually lifts my spirits and makes me feel more positive, and so I'm not giving so much attention to the negative symptoms that I'm feeling because they now become counteracted by the positive feelings that I get from doing the things that I love to do. Another thing for me is also making my YouTube videos. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can be a bit difficult because I'm like, I feel miserable or I don't feel so great, so getting in front of the camera and being chirpy and being myself and things like that, it can be a bit challenging, but this is something that I love to do. So invest in the things that you love to do and do more of it when you're going through your PMDD weeks. Keep yourself distracted because the last thing you want to do is sit down and focus solely on how negative or how bad the symptoms are getting you down, and you're pondering over it, and then you start to catastrophize everything and just make it 10 times worse. And that is where investing or getting involved in a hobby, something that you love to do, comes in. Okay, ladies, so that is pretty much my update for now. As you saw in that video clip that I showed you earlier, PMDD was literally beating my behind. It was really getting me down, and I've been able to implement all of these things that I have just shared with you that I also do in my own personal life, and these things have helped me so greatly to manage the condition in a more sustainable and consistent way, and for the better. So I do hope that you have found these useful. If there is anything else that you want to know, or you want to ask me about my experience, or a suggestion or some advice as to the things that I do, please don't forget to drop a comment below. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I do hope that you stick around. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you are a veteran to my channel and you've been watching my posts on a bi-weekly basis, I have got so much love for you guys. I really appreciate you sticking it out with me as I also go through this YouTube journey. And I do hope that you genuinely do find my videos useful. I know I talk about various things, but hopefully it is something for most people. Anyway, guys, it's your girl, Miss Annie J. I will provide another PMDD update and me at some point in the next couple of weeks or in a month or so. But until then, if you are a PMDD sufferer, please do continue to take care of yourself. Know that you're not on your own and things can get better. It's your girl, Miss Annie J. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Feeling on the melody, I'ma be your remedy. No time for the jealousy, this is just a gift to me. Sun is shining down on me, making juice so readily. Like tap, 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 tap. I'm a big bad D, shaking down the house on a rhythmic street.